Hello, my name is Jolanta Pilecka. I'm a CMO at Bizagi, and I would like to welcome you all today at this webinar organized by PEX. I do really hope this will be a worthwhile experience for all of us. We have around an hour of a very engaging content, starting with an old mutual journey that transferred the business from product to customer-centric organization. Unfortunately, for all of us, Laurie Jensen from Old Mutual can't be here with us today because she is currently involved in rolling out the second phase of this very complex project. But we have her story, and I will attempt to convey it, ensuring all factual correctness. After the Old Mutual story, you will hear from Laurie Sinnett, a senior Bizagi consultant, how the Bizagi platform and its key functionality enable customer centricity and drive innovation for businesses like Old Mutual. And then we will end with a Q&A session. So, without further ado, let me take you through the Old Mutual journey. Customer and Intermediary Transformation, or CIT in short, is the largest transformation initiative undertaken by Old Mutual. The decision to introduce BPM was part of a business-wide program to accelerate a step-change shift towards a customer-centric operation. Firstly, I would like to say a few words about the company. Old Mutual is a FTSE 100 business with over 16 million customers. It is an international investment, savings, insurance and banking group, and the largest insurer in South Africa. So, why have Old Mutual embarked on the change program? With over 250 branches across South Africa, Old Mutual recognized that they grew to become a collection of product-centric organizational silos, each focusing on a distinct customer segment. And I'm sure that resonates with many of you here in the audience. Moreover, there was no integration between different customer communication channels. There were many duplicate processes, multiple back-office systems, and rarely customer problems were solved at the first resolution point. All that resulted in a slow and complex operation, and ultimately the customer service suffered. In 2013, the executive team decided to reinvent the branch business model to deliver a 360 view customer experience, and the strategic objectives of this initiative are outlined on this very slide. So firstly, develop lifetime relationship with customers to stimulate growth and new customer acquisition. Improve customer value and margins by driving efficiencies across the business. Encourage collaboration between different divisions, but especially between business and IT. And ensure timely compliance with constantly changing regulations. And on this very rather complex chart, you can see the blueprint of the Old Mutual new architecture. To enable this architecture, to implement it, Old Mutual had to integrate all previously independent operations of lending, investments, and banking to provide a single version of truth about each customer while ensuring competent and fast service. They have also completely changed the service model. Before, customers were coming to the branch and saw specialist advisors. Now, customers visiting branches are serviced by generalist clerks who are supported with scripts and workflows activated via Bizagi systems. And that really brings cost efficiencies and reduces the waiting time. And this was truly a game-changing transformation. Old Mutual redefined the business operations model before implementing the BPM platform and moved from 4 customer segments operating as completely separate businesses into a centralized model where all those units now share customer and are able to cross-sell their products to all of those customers, giving a single phase of operation to the external world. And this approach is giving Old Mutual a significant competitive advantage over the industry peers. Considering how complex the blueprint was, the delivery needed to be phased out. The natural starting point were the areas that directly impacted the customer experience. The thought was that it is the customer engagement that determines the full value chain. The second phase was the process transformation, and I would like to stress here transformation, not process improvement, as these processes had to be built from scratch. They didn't exist before. They were determined by the customer need and a deep understanding of key reasons for customer engagement. These in turn helped to define what customer interactions needed to be implemented. So ultimately, the automated and streamlined customer engagement processes manage customer authentication and offer customers wide-ranging services from funds withdrawals, loan applications through to reporting identity theft or initiating claims. And the phase 3 was to consolidate all the back office administration. So now, what lessons have Old Mutual learned? What would they do differently if they were to start again? On a do side, it's important to prioritize your deployment, taking into account parameters like largest impact, highest volume, ease of implementation, or risk mitigation. Also consider phased rollout to manage the customer expectations and user acceptance. Secondly, establish governance and individual roles in the project so the activities are constantly monitored. Thirdly, engage continually with all stakeholders and promote the collaboration across different units, but most importantly, between business and IT. Next is the decision making. Especially when implementing this scale of an initiative, ensure that decisions can be made fast, even if there is no consensus. And finally, swap traditional methodology for Agile. It saves time and delivers quality. And on the downsides, what you shouldn't do? Don't wait until everything is perfect. All processes finalized and ready to deploy. BPM is all about continuous improvement, so deliver version 1.0 and embark on changes once milestones and stability are achieved. Appoint a process owner to act as a central point for managing improvement feedback. And I'm sure you agree with the second point. Never underestimate the change management efforts. And finally, never go for the big bang delivery. Instead, consider a series of small, controlled deployments, as this helps to reduce the risk. Because of the clearly defined KPIs up front and a very detailed business model definition, the project is already delivering great results and the speed of delivery is truly impressive. First, 12 branches were piloted during 2 months. Now rolling out to 250 branches nationwide at the speed of 30 branches a week. Here you see the results from the 2 months pilot implemented at the first 12 branches. Firstly, the Net Promoter Score, many of you are familiar with, is up by 15%. Secondly, first point of contact resolution is up by 30%. Customer queuing time reduced from 45 minutes to less than 5 minutes, 9 times. And onboarding training for new office clerks reduced from 6 weeks to 3 days, 10 times. Now let me summarize the key critical success factors that helped Old Mutual to deliver this success. I'm sure you all agree that transformation of this size should start with value proposition, strategy, and core business objectives. It is important to define core customer principles up front to inform design. It's critical to this scale of the project to have the executive level ownership and sponsorship, and this is a full-time role, worth bearing in mind. You have to define the enterprise level architecture that embraces service, sales, IT and finance, ensure customer-centric focus and deploy business-led approach. It's only an agile methodology that will deliver speed. Involve your customers and intermediaries in the design process, and agree and put key measures in place for baseline and progress tracking. So we have reached the end of the Old Mutual presentation. I hope that has been worthwhile. Let me now summarize the key messages from this impressive transformation project. Old Mutual branch business model was completely re-engineered to deliver customer centricity, which wasn't possible before, and now is being enhanced with omni-channels, channels of customer choice. Especially formed cross-functional business transformation teams, business and IT owners spent 7 months creating the new business model from scratch before the BPMS platform was introduced. Not only the Old Mutual customers benefit from a 360 view of all Old Mutual products, but the next phase is to add the insurance products from a sister company as they complement the Old Mutual offerings, which enhances the depth and breadth of the product portfolio and facilitates the cross-sell. The speed of delivery is impressive. First 12 branches were piloted in just 2 months. Now the project is rolling out to 250 branches nationwide at the speed of 30 branches per week. The completion is expected in July 2015. And the initial ROIs are already showing a high impact of this initiative. Completes the first part of our webinar, and thank you very much for your attention. You will have a chance to ask questions at the end of our session if more details are required. Now I would like to introduce Laurie, that will talk about the Bizagi platform, how its architecture and key capabilities can help you drive customer centricity and innovation. Thanks for your attention.